Good morning, people. What's going on? Welcome to United View. Welcome to the morning view. Talk to us. How you guys doing? Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. A lot to talk about again. Everyone's getting involved in the comments. Good morning to you, Owen. How you doing? Feeling fresh? Friday, game day tomorrow.
You know? I'm always fresh at this time in the morning. You know me. I definitely don't get a phone call from you in the morning going, what we're going to talk about. And I go, give me. I've got a cup of coffee here. I know you're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. You've been getting up really early the last week or so.
Yeah,
you know,
up there in the gym,
so,
just trying to get some calories down and just move in the background and just be a bit healthier. So if you see me muting myself, actually, I'm not being rude or anything. You guys probably see me in my big 2 liters a day minimum. Good. So if you see when Owen's talking and I'm muting and I'm slurping away, you know what I mean? Apologies, but we got to get that. We've got to stay hydrated out here. Yeah. Exactly. Glazers out, says Charlie H. Irfan says Victor Osimhen and Kudus and Paved and Rodrigo de Paul have to be in Man United. Qatar in now or never. For F's sake, another De Jong saga. Why do we always do this? Where's that? Whoa, is it? I don't know, Daz. I don't know. Love says, can I just say, can we just have a round of applause for Love, actually? Because every single morning, I always see Love and a lot of other people as well. All of our members, loads, which will, Dan Sweets is another one as well. But just Love in particular, always see him. Always.
Have you heard the latest news about the members with tomorrow?
I haven't heard the latest news about the members. What's the latest
on a
news
match
about
day?
The members?
So this was announced the other day when it comes to the members, but all members will now be eligible on the full-time view to call in and give their opinions, their views on the match that just happened, exclusive for members. The show will be for everyone per usual, but the members will have the opportunity to call in and say, that was great. That was rubbish. That was okay. We need this player. We need to get rid of that player. We need to do this. What's going on with the tactics? All that kind of stuff for members.
Guys, Owen's spoken. The channel has spoken. Members, we've got over... that could be... I tell you what, you might not get a word in Edgeway. We've got over 500 members, I think.
Yeah.
So big up all the members on match day, straight after, at the final whistle. Join Owen. Call in. That's what's going to happen. So good luck with that, Owen, because I don't think you're going to get much say. Big up the members. It's their show.
I think that probably makes some people quite happy, actually. Good.
Yes, exactly. But Love says, big up, guys. I'm worried about finishing top 4. I'm pessimistic, just like Flex, but constantly trying to be positive and always back the boys. 100% agree with you, bro. I really do. Lil Yo-Yo says, Penenka. Oh, Penenka. I mean, Lil Yo didn't say that. He said just Penenka, but that was just brought me back. That is all-time gold. That is.
That clip's still in the back end of this platform that we're using right now.
Do you know what? For no reason at all. And I know Owen's going to wince a little bit because it gets a little bit, I'm watching myself back. Can we just, this is nothing to, we got to talk about Harry Kane. We're going to talk about Victor Osimhen. We got a lot to talk about. But just for no reason, because I'm in a good mood, I have to hear the Penenka.
Hakimi. For the quarterfinals, Hakimi, Panenka's it! Oh my God! Composure, balls of steel, and Morocco are through. I forgot to even update anything. Unbelievable! Morocco are through to the quarterfinals. We wanted an upset. We got an upset. Hakimi with a Panenka. How dare he? How dare he do it? And that's confidence and composure. And goodbye. Goodbye to Spain. And welcome to Morocco, because Morocco have made it through. The players, the coaching staff, the fans all adore Bono, and they should. Absolutely incredible. Morocco are through. Pain for Spain. Pain for Spain it is. Oh my goodness, the audacity. I forgot I said pain for Spain.
Do you know what? That's the new one. Wait there. Pain for Spain. How did we let that go over our heads? Pain for Spain. And you know what's really funny about that? Is the fact of the two different worlds. So like you was on the channel, go Panenka. I was falling over limbs, getting picked up by a big Moroccan guy, getting kissed on my head. Like it was pandemonium in the step. Pandemonium.
And you know what it was as well? You know what it was as well? Is that World Cup? It was such a weird time because there was nothing going on as well. And I would do the match views, and you can almost probably hear it. My headphones I have on, or the earphones, whatever, are so loud. So I can't, I'm in the game. I'm there, right? Yeah. I'm basically with you in the studio. And I just lost it. And that happened a couple of times during the World Cup. There's one, it was the final. One? Well, when Mbappe scored, I did that one as well. Cool. Yeah, I did that one. I went crazy with that. Yeah. And when Mbappe equalised in the final,
what, the volley one?
Yeah,
was that the equaliser, the volley? Yeah, because the penalty was the first one.
Yeah, and it was literally within like 2 minutes of each other. Yeah, and he equalised, and I ran out of words. I just screamed.
Yeah, we'll have to go back and get some of them best bits. Manish says that needs to go on the soundboard. I don't know what situation to use it in though. Neither do I. But just situations like this when you just start a stream and go, you know what, Panenka. No reason, yeah. just because. But listen, sorry to bore you for the first 6.5 minutes of this video. Sorry guys, but we have to talk about it. This is where it gets a little bit techie because I know a lot of the community don't want Harry Kane. But John Cross from the Mirror did a piece yesterday evening saying that Man United won't give up, although it's getting increasingly hard. We're also going to talk about Osimhen as well, who favours a move to the Premier League over PSG. So this is going to be polarising because I already know our beloved community, a lot of our community are not feeling Kane, and some are. So let's get into it, Owen. What do we have from John Cross from the Mirror?
Yeah, so he has said that Manchester United fear they're facing a losing battle to land Harry Kane this summer. They see him as the ideal centre forward and will not give up. But there's a feeling that it will be very tough and they may have to make other plans. Do you want to just talk about that first before we go to Osimhen? Talk about that.
Yes, of course.
Yes. So, yeah, they're saying that basically they feel it's going to be very tough and they may face a losing battle and they're not going to give up. And to be honest, this is something we've been really saying the last few days, actually, or the last week or so, isn't it? That actually, when you do take a step back and think about it, even if, you know, the end goal, or eventually we did sign Harry Kane this summer, that's not done. That's not done immediately. What, Daniel Levy's just going to roll over? First offer, accept it, done. Yeah, Harry Kane, yeah, we'll sell him. Of course not. He's going to be digging his heels in. There's still a lot with Spurs. That's yet to be decided. Their manager, their future. And again, I've said before, my feeling, my prediction is with Kane is that I think Daniel Levy would be really willing to risk it. You know, I think he would be willing to risk it and say, I'll wait until the end of next season. We'll see if we qualify for top 4 next season. I'll see what happens with this new manager. Because if Harry Kane sticks around throughout this summer and one more season, final season at Spurs, then he's going to decide his future upon the expiration of his contract. If Spurs did somehow finish in the top 4, it's a completely different conversation, isn't it? You know,
if Spurs finish in the top 4 now,
not now, next season.
Oh, next season, right? Oh, right, because he could really renew and go again, maybe. Yeah. It is hard to get Kane because it's just who we're dealing with. We know that. I mean, I've made my feelings very,
and Spurs clear. Are nothing. Make sure Spurs without Harry Kane, Spurs are nothing. They are nothing. They're not doing anything. They don't do anything anyway. But they're doing nothing without Harry Kane.
They're nothing without Harry Kane. He keeps them relevant and has done for years. It is going to be hard to get him though. Like I said already, just if we don't get in the top 4, in my opinion, forget it. I know KG thinks different. Forget it.
Pick up the phone, mate. Pick up the phone
still. Just still try. Just with this, with that.
Sell him on the project. What project?
No. If we're in the same competition that Spurs are in next year, let's face it, we're not going to compete for the league next year. Because if we don't get in the Champions League to attract the next caliber of players, we can't do it. I can't see it happening.
Is it impossible we can compete for the league next year?
Can never say impossible because look at Arsenal. You can't say impossible. I wouldn't say that.
Yeah. But it's not the signs as of right now to say, you could progress.
Arsenal had the conditions, still what I stick by, which their team is completely different. Year on year, it gets progressively completely different. And I just don't know with the ownership that we've got, or lack of ownership that we're going to have, that we don't know about yet. I'm stuck.
You are
that was weird.
Freeze and then unfreeze.
Yeah.
But the problem is with what's been happening recently, I don't know if that's you or
no. Well, that's the first time. That's the first time I've seen it on my thing. So that must have been me.
Yeah.
I'm back though.
You're back.
Yeah, StreamYard moving a bit mad, but yeah, I just think it's going to be really difficult to nail down the players that we need. So to say that we can definitely challenge for the league, I think it's unlikely next year, especially because Liverpool are going to be back. You know, you'd argue that Chelsea would get their act together and be in and around the top 4 at least, maybe not pushing for the league, but I don't think they're going to go 10th again, 12th again. I think they'll be back in the top 6-ish, around there. But Newcastle obviously are going to kick on. So, you know what I mean? They're the biggest ones that are the gate crashers. So, and then obviously City are City. So, I don't know, man. I still want Kane, by all means, personally. I still really want him. Of course, we're going to talk about Osimhen in a little bit. And when we do talk about that, I'll give my views on him because I think he's a wonderful player, unbelievable player. I think the question is actually, without going into the Osimhen bit yet, because we will say it, but actually, it's who's more attainable. Because you would probably say Harry Kane is, if we get to the Champions League. But then again, with Levy, with what he's going to cost, but then Osimhen's a god in Napoli. You know, first Scudetto in how long? Is it 20 years?
It's longer than that. I think it might be like 33, something like that.
I mean, like they are cloud nine. I know they messed it up in the Champions League. I really thought they would at least get to the final.
Me too.
Know, it just shows you. Imagine if Inter or AC Milan actually do give City a game. Well,
look, one-off game, anything's possible.
You never know, but
you watched that Champions League.
The intensity that they played with, though,
it was a great game, but when you watch it, you still go, these
quality's just not there.
They're not as good as City or Real Madrid for that matter.
No, whoever wins that game, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is a question: who's more attainable? But Harry Kane, absolutely, for me, I think we should go for. And but I just think it's going to be hard. It's all good us saying we won't give up on him and we got to try. But what I do not want, is another Frankie De Jong saga, but for Kane.
And maybe that's what the comment was earlier on. Another Frankie De Jong saga, because that's really.
That's what it was.
What this could be, is that if we were to get Harry Kane and he was available, let's face it, it probably would come down to like the last week or the last couple of weeks to get it done. A big deal like this takes a lot of groundwork, takes a lot of time. And I mean, I'm guessing here, but I don't know if United would have put that groundwork or that time in just yet, because how can you when you don't know your real plans for the summer? You don't know who's going to own you. You don't know your budgets. That's difficult to do. And also, he's probably still somewhat on the fence about what he's going to do this year. His long-term viewpoint might be, I think I've got to get out of here. I think I've got to go somewhere else. But United as a proposition is maybe less attractive than it was, say, a month ago. A month ago, it looked like, United definitely going to get top 4 next season. They're pretty much sorted there. They're going in the right direction. 4 weeks later, it's like, I don't know if they're going to get top 4. And maybe some of the frailties are starting to rear their head once again. And is this actually the project? Or, because even a month ago, it was like, well, they're on the way back to winning trophies. They've won a trophy this season. Again, top 4. It looks like next season they're going to take the next step. And now, whilst we've won a trophy this season, there is still this uncertainty about how close are United to sort of really progressing this season. Exactly. How close actually are they?
How much better actually are we?
Yeah, exactly. Or how much work do they have to do? Because you got to remember as well, with Kane, his next move is about winning trophies, is about competing. And would he be willing to move to a United team knowing that actually they've still got quite a few years to go, or they've still got?
But where can he? The problem is he doesn't have any options. Like, where can he?
Well, that's where next season. That's when next season comes into it. That's when next season comes into it, isn't it? Because he might think, and this is kind of my prediction on it, is that Daniel Levy would sit down with Harry Kane and say, "Look, we're going to offer you a new contract. That's up to you whether you accept it or not. We're going to offer you a new contract. But I'm telling you this now, this summer, I don't care what offer comes in. I'm not accepting anything. I'm willing to risk letting you go on a free And I would hope out of everything we've done for you and you've done for us that you'd be willing to see out your contract. The new manager's coming in. It's going to be Nagelsmann, or it's going to be Xabi Alonso, or it's going to be whoever. We're going to have one big push for the top 4. And come the end of next season, you can decide what you want to do. There will be a contract offer on the table. But if you want to go, we can't stop you from going next season. And also, then to your point, all of these clubs that say, hey, we'd love to get Harry Kane, but we can't afford to pay over £100 million, they don't have to pay that next summer. And that is when, he could go to a Chelsea next summer. He could go to us on a free. He could go to Bayern Munich because they can't afford to pay £100 million, but they could probably afford to pay his wages if he wanted to go to the Bundesliga and spam goals for a couple of years. He could go anywhere he wants. And that maybe is something that he is thinking because, like you say, his options at the moment, they are quite limited still. United are probably the only club going to put an offer in this summer. People say, what about Chelsea? I don't think Chelsea will. Not this summer. Even though they need a striker, but the Spurs aren't going to accept that. They're just not. They're not.
Spurs won't accept it. Exactly. It's more that. It's more the rivalry. You can't really go there. But if Pochettino goes there, mate, and the conversations get had. But Daniel Levy, I can't see him sanctioning that. I can barely see him sanction it for Man United. I can't see him sanction it.
But again, this is my point. Next summer, when if he's a free agent, he can do anything he wants.
Yeah. Jordan Astro says, I doubt Osimhen moves yet. He's practically a god in Napoli right now, and he's only 24, so no rush for him to join the Prem. Plus, Napoli owner is like Levy. Yeah, he's renowned for being actually very, very shrewd as well in his business. And there's a super chat from Lil Yo-Yo. Lil Yo-Yo, big up you, bro. Says, Mr. Fleck Altani, keep the fight. Don't give up. Buy the club. Bring Sir Harold Kane and level us up. Marcel Ratcliffe doing some funny Glazer business. Listen, you know me, Lil Yo-Yo. I can't, bro. I got no control over where this club goes. None. Zero. I don't at all.
Marcel Ratcliffe holding on to the pennies like this. Marcel.
Yeah, big up, man. Big up, Marcel. Oh, gosh, yeah. I wonder what he's going to be like tomorrow. He's nervous as hell. Actually, no, he won't be nervous. Flex, easy game. Easy game.
Is he a nervous fan?
No, he's not.
Really?
He's the opposite.
When I've watched games with him, he's not that much of a nervous fan.
He's like, we're on our way to Brighton or whatever, and I'm ringing him in the car. I'm like, listen, bro, this is tight. We ain't flex, 3-1. Yeah. Like, yes, it was tight in the semi-final, but we know them now. We'll beat them 3-1.
Yeah.
Flex, we'll score at least 3 goals today. Also, we're not really that free-flowing. We're at home, Fleck. We're going to score. 1-0 scraped against Aston Villa. And after every game, he goes, oh, Fleck, you said to me, be tight. You said. So Marcel, well, what can I say?
Well, it was infamous, wasn't it, last season? Points to be won. Points to be won, Flex. Points to be won. And then we didn't win any points.
What was that last year when it was like 9 points on the board? I think it was Leicester, someone else. They
were winnable games. I think Watford at home, something like that. And it was just like...
They got Ollie sacked. We got Watford. Yeah. We got the family.
I know. That was when we were facing Roy's Watford at home towards the end of the season. I don't even know if we won that. Did we? I can't remember. Man United, Watford.
No, Watford. We last played Watford when the game where Ollie got sacked.
No, we played them afterwards.
Away.
We played them at Old Trafford, yeah. We drew 0-0 with Roy Hodgson's Watford.
Oh, my gosh.
February 2022. Do you know why? It's because I remember doing the preview and KG was taking a look at Roy Hodgson's accent. That's why I remembered that game specifically.
Yeah.
He's saying that he was going to bring a very strong side. That was KG's analysis.
Yeah, listen, Watford done us over, mate. Watford, we couldn't even beat Watford.
They got relegated. We picked up 1 point off them.
Yeah,
that's it.
Simple, light work. And at the Vic, I can't even remember going to the Vic and winning. Not the last couple of years they was in the league. It was the one where Jesse Lingard ran like the length of the pitch and scored.
Yeah,
that was about 3 years ago. Other than that, the one where De Gea missed the Deeney scored a penalty because De Gea dropped the ball.
Well, there was the De Gea. There was the De Gea clanger where he goes to catch it,
and then Decore kicked it,
and it just goes through him. I think that one.
Yeah.
And then he's like on the floor.
I think Wan-Bissaka chopped down someone as well. And I remember because I was
last season he saved 2 penalties.
Yeah,
in a row.
Exactly. Unbelievable. And then Maps, Adrian Marappa, big up my boy. I rang him trolling him, saying, "Listen, you got to play Rashford. Rashford's gonna, had him in his pocket." We lost.
Well, I remember as well. I think
that was, but yeah,
he did the preview. I think for the game, Ollie's last game here on the channel. I
oh
believe
my
that
God,
was what it was.
And then do you know what? When it was 3-0, what was it 3-0 at one point? That was
I believe
capitulated.
So.
Yeah, he FaceTimed me while I was in the stands, just like that. I got a screenshot of it on my phone. It's so funny. Yeah,
I said they were 2-0 up. And then Donny came on, got one back 2-1, and then they scored 2 goals in the 92nd minute, 96th minute.
Yeah.
And classic United, 2-0 down. Donny brings it back to 2-1. Maguire sent off, 69th minute.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and he threw the armband. Oh, yeah. That was it. That was over. Yeah. But anyway, big up my Watford family. You know who you are. Love you guys. Real family club. I got a soft spot for Watford. Got a lot of obviously Troy, knowing quite well. Mario.
Got a manager again, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. And do you know what? On Valeri, that's how you saying it. I was saying, just randomly, I don't know why this turned into a Watford show. But I was randomly just saying, where is that guy? Because remember when we saw him at Lask, me and Josh saw him. Then he came to the Premier League and he struggled a little bit. But yeah. Anyway, big up. Yeah, I hope they get promoted with him next year. But they got a lot of issues. Got to get their owners out, and they're in a bad spot. Right, but back to Kane. We need him. We need him. End the show. Yeah, exactly. But that's the latest on that side of it. John Cross is saying that it will be difficult, but Man United won't give up on trying to get him, and I don't think they will. I think they will try, but if all I'm saying is if it starts getting problematic, which it probably will early on with what's his face, Daniel Levy, just have
prediction, Fleck. At the end of the summer transfer window, will Harry Kane be a Manchester United player?
Nah,
I kind of agree.
Yeah, I don't,
this morning,
I don't think he will.
And to be honest, my opinion on that could change in the next week or so. But as of today, waking up at 9:25, I'm just sort of thinking, Harry Kane going to be a United player? Nah, I don't.
No.
And the scary thing is, we need a striker. Actually, yeah. I don't know who we're going to get.
No,
the two one we've been talking about for ages are Kane and Osimhen. I don't know if we're going to get either. I don't think we get either, actually.
Yeah, and that's usually how it works, though. The whole year we've been speaking about Kane, Osimhen, get this player, get this.
Yeah.
Then there's Gonzalo Ramos, 100 million, which I think is absurd. And it will literally probably be someone, even not that we've never heard of, but we just didn't think of. Look at Casemiro. I mean, we didn't mention Casemiro for 80% of that transfer window.
We didn't mention it.
And then all of a sudden it became a thing.
We're getting him.
And then within a week he was here.
Yeah.
And the fact that we get linked to so many players as well, we're going to do it's going to happen a lot. And that's the only thing I hate about the transfer window. Obviously, we got to cover it day in, day out. It's intense. It's Man United. We're linked with a lot of players, but it's just, it is really demanding, getting loads of different,
We did a lot of Darwin Núñez shows last year. Flex.
Oh, God, remember that?
We did a lot of Darwin Núñez
Gakpo in January.
We did a lot of Gakpo shows. We
did Alvarez. Remember we done that Alvarez? And I said, I'm never talking about that Alvarez guy again. And
yeah. I remember I was doing something. Oh yeah, I was doing a Neymar graphic thing the other day, and in the folder there was all of these people that we were linked with over the summer, and some of them I went, oh yeah. And we were linked to him for like a day. One of them was like an Atletico Madrid striker.
Yeah, Correa. Is it not Correa? Someone put it in the chat. Mitchell's guy. Light skinned guy. Oh, what's his name? It was the alternative striker who plays when Felix doesn't play.
Yeah, and it was like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, he's at Wolves, yeah. Cunha.
Yeah, that was it.
Him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the same guy. I just realised.
We were linked to him for like a day, and then and not only linked to him, Flex, we were getting him. I've got this report. Like it was done.
Yeah.
We're getting good. Never happened again.
I forgot he went to Wolves. Probably score against us tomorrow.
And that's going to be the summer again. Is this whole like one day it's this person, then they go sign somewhere else, but Kane and Osimhen right now, I'm just a bit like, I don't know. But speaking of Osimhen, according to this same report from John Cross from the Mirror, he has said that Napoli striker Victor Osimhen is firmly on Manchester United's radar. He favours a move to the Premier League over interest from Paris Saint-Germain. Honestly, though, I don't see him leaving Napoli this summer. I don't. I think Napoli are going to be... what they have to do now is navigate that really difficult thing that teams have to do when they win the league for the first time in years or for the first time ever, is that the big clubs around Europe, they start circling, don't they? They start picking them off. They start picking players off. I mean, even look at people like Leicester in the Premier League, right? What happened that summer? Oh, yeah, Kante's going. Season after, Mahrez is going. Like the big teams will go, we want a bit of that. And people will be looking at Napoli players right now, like Osimhen, and saying, we want him. And they've got a right to charge a high price for him. I don't know how many years he's got left on his contract. I think quite a few still. And I just feel like the prices that they're saying, 130, 140 million.
Yeah, pounds. We're definitely not. I would say we're definitely not getting Osimhen. Definitely not getting Osimhen for me. It's too much money. Like I said, even if we get the top 4 and we want to ring him and pick up the phone and say, "Yo, start the negotiations." Like you just said there, the Napoli tax of just winning the league, first time in 30 years, the pressure on that chairman to keep their good players, or the pressure to get astronomical fees if they do sell them, not regular fees. Nah, it's not going to happen. I can't see it.
Who is better?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, just quickly, Lil Yo-Yo says, don't forget, even they spent 75 on him.
Yeah. They want to get return on investment. You know what I mean?
They want to double that.
Yeah. Who is better? Who is better? Harry Kane or Victor Osimhen? Who is better? Who is the better striker?
You can't. It's really hard to quantify. It is because
I'm looking for an answer.
I know, and my answer is I don't know. The answer is I don't know. You can do who would you prefer to have in this league? I prefer to have Kane because he's been in this league, he's done it, etc., etc. But also, I would love to have Osimhen because how active he is. He runs in behind. He's a live wire. But Kane's done it year in, year out for multiple years in this league. And that deserves a lot of respect and credibility. Like, you can go for the new shiny toy and he's taken on players. He looks electric. He looks unbelievable.
But a smaller sample size.
A way smaller sample size and a completely different league, So I would prefer the striker that's done it year in, year out, where there are absolutely no question marks. Like Simpson says, Kane is proven. And Lil Yo says, I prefer proven. And like Joe Blackman says as well, not sure you can compare. They're completely two different types of strikers as well. So it depends on your system. For what Ten Hag wants, which you can see from Haller to, sometimes Tadic up front as a false 9 to how Martial plays when we do play with a striker. Ten Hag hasn't seemed to want that live wire running in behind, super quick, pace merchant. I'm not saying that's all Osimhen is, by the way, as a pace merchant, because he's a fantastic finisher, great in the air. He's got it all. He looks like he has every attribute. But more of like a focal point, ball into feet, link up. And I'm not sure Osimhen is that.
You can say we can't really compare, but we have to. Because that's what Man United are doing at the moment.
Kane is a better fit for us, I believe.
There's a poll in the chat right now, and the question is simply, who is better, Kane or Osimhen? And it'll be interesting to see what people say.
Yeah, I think a lot of people might go Osimhen because of the, how he plays and he looks electric and all this. But I'm looking at the fundamentals and I'm looking at who's the best fit in this team and how Erik ten Hag wants to play. And I think Harry Kane's a better fit for us. I think Osimhen's wicked, and if he came, I would be gobsmacked with happiness, with joy.
I'd be thrilled. Thrilled with either. Just because you say you would prefer one over the other doesn't mean the other one's bad, and doesn't mean the other one would be, a failure or anything like that. But I will say, I've been thinking about it a lot.
Only positive is Osimhen over Kane is his age and pace.
Well, if this was a game of top trumps, you'd say that Osimhen wins definitely on age. I think he wins on pace. But I think in terms of finishing, I think you'd probably go with Kane. Technique, you think you'd probably go with Harry Kane. Passing, you'd probably go with Harry Kane. Heading,
different attributes.
The thing is, I haven't seen enough of Osimhen's.
The sample size is not there, and I won't just lie because he's the new in thing. I've seen him in the Champions League. I've seen him in a couple of Serie A games when he's scoring goals galore against bloody Verona. or whoever it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not discrediting the kid because he's wicked, but let's just look at it for how it is off the sample size that I have. So my opinion, I can only give it off of seeing Harry Kane week in, week out for the last, how long's Harry Kane been doing this? 6 years?
Longer than that.
Is it longer?
It's like a decade. That's over a decade. I mean, he came into a Spurs team like 2013,
11, 12. Bloody hell. Has he been doing it for over 10 years? About 10 years now?
Yeah. It
was Kane's first season, breakthrough season.
Under
Tim Sherwood, isn't it?
Tim Sherwood gave him his debut, and then it was the next season was Poch, wasn't it?
Mm.
It's like a decade. And this is what I'm saying, Flex. He's been scoring 20 goals like for 10 years, every single season.
Yeah.
You look at his numbers. His numbers are ridiculous.
Yeah,
and
they are.
And on top of that, I was thinking about this in the same way that KG does when he walks into Tesco. I don't really leave the house, so for me, it's like in the bathroom or whatever. I'll go toilet, and then I'll be thinking, oh, Bruno, Harry Kane. Like that stat the other day really stood out to me about combined chances between players in the Premier League. Spurs were second with Son and Kane, and they'd made basically the same amount of chances for each other. But the two players that had created more chances for each other, the most in the Premier League, was Bruno and Rashford. And Rashford had made 3 for Bruno, and Bruno had made 33 for Marcus Rashford. 33 chances. And we know how many goals Rashford's got this season in all comps, but in the Premier League, he's still got a lot of goals. And Rashford's finishing, to be honest, is okay. It's okay. But out of 3 chances, he'll probably score 1. Out of 3 chances, Harry Kane most likely will score 3.
Yeah.
And that's my sort of.
And he scores chances that aren't given as well.
Exactly. Yeah. And I just thought, again, Bruno making at least 2 or 3 chances per game for Harry Kane. It's a license to print goals.
12, 13. So he only played one.
Are you knee deep in the Harry Kane statistics?
I'm just having a look. So let's go. I think it must be 13, 14 then. Let's have a look. Just want to see when he came through and done the madness. My computer's doing that thing again though when I go on a different tab.
Yeah, he made 2013 to...
There you go, 19 appearances. Right, so he came through 13, 14 was when he first started. And he played 19 games.
Then season after that.
Yeah.
2015, 51 games, 31 goals. 50 games, 28 goals. 38 games, 35 goals. 48 games, 41 goals. 40 games, 24. 34, 24. 49, 33. 50, 27. 46, 28. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For the last 9 seasons, he has scored 20 plus goals and comfortably over 20 plus goals every season. And also, he's played a lot of games. In the league
as well.
That's
what I mean. He's injury prone and he's this, he's that. No.
Yeah. It's
and
crazy.
I know people would use that argument to say, because that was then. Another old player, we're getting him when he's old. But again, that striker position when you're that elite, like Barcelona weren't saying we don't want Lewandowski because he's old.
No, they thought we've got someone that's that good a finisher. We've got Gavi, Pedri, whoever. They will make chances for this guy and he'll score. And actually, to be honest, Lewandowski probably hasn't lit the up Barcelona as much as he wants. But guess what? They still won the league. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. Benzema's still going.
Yeah,
Real Madrid didn't get rid of him. I know they could go for Mbappe and start changing it around. They're sorting out their midfield net, but essentially, since Ronaldo left, Benzema literally got Ballon d'Or. I'm not saying Harry Kane's going to get Ballon d'Or, but Benzema literally got Ballon d'Or. But again, the narrative will be, but obviously Benzema wins everything, just that and the other. Kane plays for Spurs.
Here's one then, Flex. If Harry Kane was part of a team that was a winning team, like a Spurs, not like a Spurs, would he have been in contention for Ballon d'Or?
You would have to say yes, and the reason why is because that team would have won everything. So say it was City and he was winning back-to-back Premier Leagues all the time.
Yeah,
and
he was putting up those numbers.
If Kane played for who was talking about this? Robbie on the Monday show the other day. He was saying if Kane played for City, he'd score as much as Haaland. He'd break these records. He'd do what Haaland's doing.
I
don't know exactly. Maybe it might just be a little bit less. but he'd be getting more than at Spurs, and he'd be
Yes.
going into that 30 every single year category. Yeah.
Yes.
Think of all the chances. So by that metric, if Man City went on to win the Champions League, hopefully to God they don't, but say they did, and he was getting 30 plus goals and shit like that.
Oh, he'd be in conversation Ballon d'Or
He'd be in the top 3 or 4 or the top 5 for the Ballon d'Or before they narrow it down and inevitably give it to Messi or whatever. But he would be in it because Mo Salah couldn't even get it. You know, it was tight. Like he should have really got it one year. Can't remember.
The Mane came close, didn't he? Would he come second?
Mane, yeah, exactly. So, but Harry Kane,
Lewandowski should have won it, and the other cancelled it because of COVID. He should have won it. And this was what I was saying when we were talking. You spoke about Lewandowski there. It's what I was saying before, and people said it's sacrilege. You cannot compare the two, which I actually think they're quite comparable. Actually, Lewandowski and Harry Kane is that. If Harry Kane had played for Bayern Munich during the same time as Lewandowski, I think their numbers would have been very, very similar.
Yeah, and the thing is about Haaland is that he probably will get the Ballon d'Or. Well, he could get it, but if City do a madness this year, which obviously we're in line, we want to stop them at least doing the FA Cup, and we'll see what happens in the league. If City do the treble, let's talk about something unthinkable. If City do the treble, Haaland should get Ballon d'Or.
And to be honest, even if they don't, he's in the conversation.
He's going to get he's in the conversation because you got Osimhen up there this year, who's been amazing this year. Messi just won it, didn't he? Because of the World Cup thing, and he clock the levels. He deserves
no, because he didn't win it for the World Cup thing. No, when is the Ballon d'Or?
Did he get it before that? I don't even know. It's that
I
weird
remember
times, isn't it?
One year Messi won it when he really shouldn't have won it. I remember a couple of years
De Bruyne
ago.
will be up there. He could get it easily if City do that. And this is, like Imran says, it's between them two. But what happens is, KDB were challenging, but usually goals, like if someone does things like break unthinkable records for goals and shit like that, he'd probably get it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he smashed the Premier League record in his first season.
Oh, Benzema won it last year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Benzema won it. Yeah. When did Messi? So maybe Messi's going to win it this year.
Maybe Messi might win it this coming year.
Messi, listen, I'm telling you now,
Messi's going to win it. World Cup this year. Yeah, World Cup.
I don't care. Listen,
Messi's going to win it. Yeah.
Owen.
Yeah, he is. He's what? He's going to. He's won it. He's won it this year.
He's won it. So maybe next year. That Messi thing, yeah. Listen, man. Listen, I did the Ronaldo thing for years because he's our guy, innit? Like, he's the GOAT. Messi's the GOAT. Messi's the GOAT, man. Messi's the GOAT.
Argentina.
What I saw in my eyes with my two eyes in person, what I saw in every Argentina game. I think I went all of them but one group stage. And actually, I didn't go to the one where against Holland. Missed that.
Yeah.
I think Robbie did that one. But anyway, what I saw him do, he's the best ever. He's the best. He's the best ever. Shut everything. The book, yeah. The whole Pele Maradona thing, like, I find it really hard to go, no one's better than Maradona, no one's better than Pele, because I don't have that knowledge on them. I've got the YouTube clips and I've got how other legends speak about them, so I know that they are GOATs. But from what I've seen with my eyes, where I've always said it was Ronaldo, when I came back from Qatar, after that final, that was it. That was when I went, nah, forget it. And I should have realized. Again, people say you only realize then. It happens, innit? But you just nah, mate. Nah. From what I saw with my eyes, mate, that was it. I was in awe in that stadium. You know, the goal he scored, because he scored one in normal time as well, didn't he, Messi?
He just
against Croatia, against Australia. I think he scored against Holland as well, did he?
It was as the tournament went on too, like once the games got bigger, he became more influential as well.
Mate, I was dancing with the Saudi fans after match day 1.
You were dancing with a lot of different fans of a variety of nations. At one point, you became a full-fledged Moroccan. You were dancing with the band. I saw you were doing your sort of step in before.
Wicked. It was wicked.
Beating a drum.
Best experience.
I was like, where the place get drum from?
Yeah, mate. It was unbelievable.
You had the face paint on as well. Yeah, Zorda painted a flag on.
Yeah, wicked. Wicked.
And the best thing
Loved
is, it's like I would wake up in the morning, I'd go, I wonder what Flex is doing today. And then suddenly I'd like get out my phone, I'd go click your story, I'd go boom, and it's like dun 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 dun. You're going, I'm going, oh, that's what he's doing. Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're going Panenka.
Yeah. But meanwhile, it's like winter, it's dark outside. One day it starts snowing as well. Oh God.
Yeah,
honestly,
guys, we nearly got 1,000 watching actually, and actually, I think I like this morning view. This morning view's been a mix of getting that Manchester United football news in there, transfer news, Kane, Osimhen, smash a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, getting all that talking. But also, we've had a good bit of just generic football as well. Because I know you lot are, obviously, yeah, we are Man United fans, but we're football fans as well. It's good to talk about that. Talking about the views. We are basically 1,000 watching live.
Yeah.
169 views. Disgrace cheat.
It is a disgrace. I tell you what isn't a disgrace. Whilst people are clicking the like buttons, I don't know if you've seen this feature in StreamYard Flex. Have you seen that all of the super chats are organised for you?
In what?
Have you seen that?
Order.
So it says like on the comments, starred, and they all just line up there.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go in the back end. You can get them all up on the screen.
Oh, and then
that's
you can
good, isn't it?
Oh,
yeah.
I tell you what,
that is good.
Hard.
Yeah,
that is good. Oh yeah, auto star chat, so you can turn it off. Oh, let's keep it on. I thought I saw a tab there, and I saw star, and I saw it coming up in blue. I thought, what's that? Well, I tell you what, on that,
brilliant.
On that, let's get to the super chats because they're all in a lovely order for me. I don't even need the other screen now. Usually, I have to open up a whole other tab and go into the back end of YouTube to get that. And there you go. AR says, are you guys not worried about the DM? Yes, I am. 1,000,000%. Casemiro is world class, but we have seen far too many examples of great DMs suddenly fall off. Not Busquets. Casemiro is a great DM, but we have to not get carried away with him and remember his limitations versus his strengths. I would say with Casemiro, I think that when he was playing well, he was in a really good patch of form. Chief officer in there, breaking up play, contributing with goals. Actually, great range of passing, which actually surprised me more. But I think now we're seeing him come out of that suspension period, and him not be at his best. He hasn't been the worst player on the pitch, but he hasn't been at his best. He hasn't been at his best, and I think that's the subtle reminder, like what you say there, Aya, that we might have Casemiro and he's won 5 Champions. Is it 5 Champions Leagues?
Yeah.
Is it 4? Fucking hell.
He's 5.
That's incredible.
I think it's 5. Yeah.
That's incredible, man. 5 Champions League. And Varane's won 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Casemiro won it just before he left.
Yeah.
Yeah, against Liverpool. He didn't start the final, did he? Casemiro.
Didn't he?
I don't think so. Or did he? I can't remember. Someone put it in the chat. Yeah, chat. But anyway, yeah. But the Premier League and in this Man United team that isn't that Real Madrid team, there are reminders that we need certain aspects around Casemiro for it to be for him to be the best version of him. Well, the best version of him might have gone because he's not in his prime.
Of course he started, Fleck. How dare you? Did
he play 90?
Yeah.
Oh, of course he did.
Of course he did. Man.
Of course he did.
This is the thing. People forget, like, Real Madrid, he was...
That was 12 months ago.
He wasn't for sale as well. By all accounts, he sort of started on the bench first game of the season. He went, I want out of here.
It was the following season. Yeah,
they're getting ahead of me because he got man of the match in Super Cup final too, just a few days before that, and he was just like, I feel like I'm on the way out here. And they said, look, you've done everything. Do it. We'll respect what you want, and decided to go.
So we are really lucky to have him, but we mustn't misuse him. We mustn't think because we got a 5-time Champions League winner that he can solve all our midfield problems, because he can't. He couldn't. He didn't solve all of Real Madrid's problems. He played his part in the part that he's brilliant at, and somehow we need to find a way to get him back to doing that. And we're not going to do that until we get more technical midfielders in.
And he plays a different system at Real Madrid. He played, deeper, more ball winning, and either side of him, he's got Luka Modric and Toni Kroos. And
that's what I want him deeper, more ball winning with 2, really good sixes
with Eriksen and someone else. And
eight. Sorry,
and Frankie De Jong and whoever it may be. On the side.
WJ Barrett says, I've had to pull up from driving to message. This Osimhen hype and numbers in that league. That small and young looked good in. Nah, Kane all day. WJ Barrett said, listen, I need to pull over into a lay-by. I need to get this message out there because this Osimhen hype, he's not on it. He's saying Kane all day. Strong from WJ Barrett. And actually, WJ Barrett is another person, actually, who is always locked in and supporting the channel as well. So big up to you, as are all our members as well. Always here. Keegan's another one I'm going to get to in a sec. WJ Barrett also says, highest chance creation from Bruno and Kane equals fire. Fire, like what Owen's saying. Keegan says Kane and Osimhen would be similar in the Prem. Kane doesn't have Osimhen's European experience. Getting Kane at 30, European. Well, he's played in the Champions League a lot. Kane
and Champions League final.
And every time and when he plays, he scores. I know you say he choked in the final, but Osimhen's only been doing this a couple of years at this level. So let's not get that mixed up. But Keegan also says. Getting Kane at 30 is just another stopgap. We need longevity. So completely disagreeing with WJ Barrett. Two completely different points of view there. Mark Harris says United need engine.
Need a new engine.
Need a new engine. Oh, Glazer's doing an oil change. Yeah. I was thinking, is that a new word I haven't really heard of? Need a new engine. Glazer's doing the oil change. Yeah. WJ Barrett's back again. Says Haaland already Ballon d'Or winner KMT. Have to say. It's between him and De Bruyne in it if they do it. But then again, the Messi thing of him not getting it from the World Cup, he'll get it. He'll get it. Yeah. Even if it's like, but this season, PSG fallen off a cliff and he might leave and hasn't even back that.
Well, and also you have to remember how it's voted as well. So everyone that gets those votes or whatever, because Messi's just popular, they'll be like,
Messi. And this could be the last time out of the Messi-Ronaldo kind of thing. Ronaldo's probably never going to win it again. No, he won't win it again. Never going to win it again. Messi, this is his last time to win it, and he does need. We can't just forget he needs knighting / capping for what he did at that World Cup, because that is it. He completed the set. That is it. Leacher says the Nigerian in me would love Osimhen to stay at Napoli. He's loved there. The way some of our fans have treated Rashford and our forwards, stay. He's like, listen, if you come Man United in it and it don't go well. You know what I mean? The fans will be on you. So
I was watching the other day what they called Fan Tribe, the channel that KG when he was out in Nigeria did a guest appearance on, and I saw them chatting, and I don't think we realised the popularity of Victor Osimhen in Nigeria. It's another level,
the popularity of people like Igalo.
I know
in Nigeria, do you know what I mean? Like they are a nation that really. Like, if anyone's doing bits, like, you've made it out from here.
Oh, you just say the words KG, JJ Kocha. He'll just go,
yeah, Kanu. These type of players, man. Nigerians, 100% crazy. Ahmed says, or Ahmad, apologies if I've got it wrong. I'm going to say Ahmad. Says, Osimhen has a great supporting cast who actually pass him the ball. If we buy him, we need a complete overhaul. Kane is an easier fit at the moment. Interesting, because Kane is the one who can, like you said, can create as well as score, chief creator. And Ben, big up Ben, says GOAT based on 7 World Cup matches when he's been average at PSG. Wasn't even the best player at the World Cup. Recency bias is a disease. Come on, Ben.
Yeah, I don't think it's recency bias, because Messi's kind of done it for 15 years.
Ben, come on.
You know what I mean?
Come on, man. Come on. The guy was unreal at the World Cup, mate. Come on.
And I think to be in fairness to you, Flex, your point was that it's always been close between these people, whether it's Messi, whether it's Ronaldo, whether it's Pele, whether it's Maradona. But in your opinion, because you were there watching it live, that took him just above. But they were all very high. It wasn't like Messi was here and he won the World Cup. You went, well, he's the best ever. You know what I mean?
Recency bias. What's he done in the last 3 or 4 years? Come on, man. Come on. Let's not do that about the GOAT. Let's not disrespect the GOAT like that. Ray Carl Brown says, it doesn't say anything. He's the latest member of the UV community as well. So big up to you, Ray Carl Brown. Remember, you can join the membership. A lot of perks there, including, like Owen said, live call-ins after games, which we're starting from tomorrow. For members will have the chance to get the StreamYard link and call into the show as well. So big up to you. Raycar also says, my problem with Kane is we are paying over the edge 30 striker. Over the odds for a 30-year-old striker, over the edge. Paying too much for him, basically, is what you're saying. I don't know, man. I think that level of goals, that's what goals cost.
Yeah.
And if you're 26 and you score 30 goals a season. If you're 29 and you score 30 goals a season, if you're 19 and you score 30 goals a season, the currency of goals is a lot. It costs a lot. Yeah. It's a premium all the time because the hardest thing to do is put the ball in the back of the net, especially at that rate. Do you know what I mean? Especially at a super rate like that Kane's been doing, and your reputation goes before you. So yeah, I know what you're saying. It's 30 when we have to pay that much money, but you're saying 100 million transfer fee and you can have Kane for 4 or 5 years easily. Because I know everyone's got this 3-year thing that when he's 33, that means he's going to be crap. I don't think so. I think you could have Kane
the way
for
he
easily.
Plays. Yeah.
No, solidly at peak, good solid levels like he's still playing now. 3 years, I agree. And then the 4th and 5th, you can still have him if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I don't see it.
Yeah,
not.
I agree.
Big Steve, definitely not the Man City Big Steve. Big Steve is the latest member of the UV Members Club as well. Big up to you. And WJ Barrett says, also, Flex, you see Cam lose his mind over De Gea saying Eric Ten Hag out. Oh, yeah, I did see that. I replied and hit back angry. I got scared. We need to protect our manager. Love Cam. Yeah, Cam was being so stupid.
The best thing was he deleted it as well.
Did he delete that?
It was a tweet and delete special.
Rage. Yeah, he was. We'll never. The streets won't forget that, Cam.
No,
come on, don't be so silly. With all the things Ten Hag's got to contend with, like we spoke about on his channel, of why De Gea might get a new deal, will get a new deal. He is going to get a new deal.
He's going to stay.
Yeah, he's going to sign it. It doesn't mean that Ten Hag thinks he's the best kid. It's to do with, like, we're bored of saying, like, we don't have no money, guys. Like,
yeah. Well, the money we do have,
it has to be on a striker,
like,
man.
It's got to be on a striker because, again, and this isn't, and people kind of get confused when you say this, and it's not making an excuse for him making that mistake against West Ham. But if De Gea does make that mistake against West Ham, but you've got a Harry Kane, Victor Osimhen, a 20-plus goal striker in that team, we still had 60-plus minutes to go and score a goal, and we didn't. And that's a problem. That is an issue that needs to be addressed quicker than the goalkeeper, which again is an issue that is absolutely pressing and developing. The goalkeeper is becoming more of a priority, and the proximity of his contract coming up next month is a problem too. And my hope is that, irrespective of De Gea staying, we do get another goalkeeper, and maybe it's not a number one straight away, but it's someone that can push him, and someone that, if De Gea is making mistakes or he's not playing well, then he can come out and we can go, it's going to be this other guy to come in. Because I really like, in this moment of time right now, if we had a strong number 2 that I was comfortable with putting in, or was decent, half decent with their feet, you could absolutely make an argument that they'd be playing for maybe the last few games of the season, and then you never know what happens. The problem right now is that if you wanted to drop De Gea, who would you drop him for? You're not going to put Jack Butland in, are you? And Flex is muted as well. It's part of the big problem, big trouble.
Sorry, I was drinking my water a second ago. Yeah, we need to get another one in for that. You have to.
Yeah,
you have to. Which actually has been reported loads. That is still on the cards. That Man United are looking.
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, I know we're running out of time, but you can give me your quick thoughts on this one. I don't know if you saw this yesterday. So this was reports coming from Argentina as well. We spoke a lot about Argentina, the Argentinian winning World Cup side, and one of them was Emmy Martinez. I'm not going to say it.
Just say Emmy.
Emmy.
Don't try and do the whole.
I had a big sip of coffee. The caffeine just hit me in about 3 seconds. I went, Martinez.
What is he? Emiliano? Is he Emiliano?
Emiliano Martinez. Yeah, Emmy Martinez. And it's not even his first name. That's his middle name, actually.
Emiliano. Is it?
Yeah.
What's his first name?
Emmy Martinez. His first name is Damian.
Damien?
Yeah. It is. Damien.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
That's because you said it in the most English way. Yeah, Emiliano. Yeah, his name's Damien.
Damian.
Or is it Damian?
Damian, but there's an accent over the A.
All right. Yes, it could be Damian. Oh, wow. Damian Emiliano Martinez. Oh, anyway.
Yeah.
Emmy Martinez, yes.
Yes. His idea this summer is to change clubs, and it's likely to happen this summer. Manchester United, Spurs, and Chelsea have confirmed their interest in the goalkeeper. Would you take Emmy Martinez at Manchester United? Interesting. Very interesting. You shake your head there.
No,
because that was a reaction from quite a few on social media. It went up on our social channels at United View TV, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, etc. And I'm a fan of Martinez. I like him. I really do. He's good with his feet. People are looking for that. He's got one of the highest claiming crosses percentages in the league
he's
too.
good at that.
He is a character. He is good at penalties. He's got personality. He's older. And I think then people realize he is 30. 31 in September, but for goalkeepers, different. People go, Arsenal reject. I don't care.
I don't care. He's Arsenal reject. I don't care about that. I think
he's
not
good
for me. Nah, I don't. I've seen him on some certain shots as well. Shot stopping as well is a bit questionable sometimes. Nah, not for me. I think
this goes back to the whole De Gea thing, isn't it? Would you take someone that's not as good of a shot stopper?
Yeah, and
but the other thing kind of is a bit higher up.
Yeah, like I said, if he's free, someone said, yeah. I mean, right now it's getting that bad with De Gea. You're going into territory where you don't want to go of being like anyone's better than having him because of the type of mistakes he makes. But if I'm doing it attribute for attribute right now, he wouldn't make as much mistakes at De Gea. He could come for crosses. You're right. I agree with that. Bit more comfortable with his feet. We
talk about personality, don't we, Flex? About how heavy
that he's got big balls and all that. Yeah. He could handle that. And he fancies himself as well, which you need as a keeper. Henderson has a bit of that as well. You've got to fancy yourself.
If he went to Spurs or Chelsea, I'd go, that's a good signing. I think he's a good goalkeeper. I do.
Nah, I would rather... Nah, not for me. Not for me. Not for me. No. It's something that puts me off him. And it isn't just the theatrics, all of that. Because I was literally right behind the goal for them penalties when he was putting off all them. I don't care about that. I just, nah, not for me. Not for me.
I disagree. I'd take him. I think he's a good goalkeeper. And I think he's the kind of person, I think you need, for a United goalkeeper, I think you need that kind of personality, that kind of, I don't care. I rate that. He's got some attributes that I like. He's got some attributes I can definitely get with, but I think he's quite mistake prone as well. I don't know. And sometimes I think he actually is good with his feet.
Believes his own hype sometimes too much. He thinks he's better than he is, and I see him make some howlers as well. He's just not the one for me.
Because I see some people say, well, Henderson rates himself. Well, Dean Henderson didn't win the World Cup. Yeah, and Emi Martinez, he was a big part of Argentina winning the World Cup. You can't argue that. He made big saves. Are we forgetting Colomwani in the last minute or the dying seconds? What was that? Extra time? Colomwani, and it was Emi Martinez.
Yeah, with his foot. Big save. Yeah.
Big save. And on penalties as well.
And you knew when it went to penalties as well, he's going to
save them.
Save.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Plays in big games as well. Big games, pressure moments. Didn't bottle it.
Do you know what? The more I think, do you know what it is? It's because, like I said, he's
got this weird reputation about him. I don't know what it is.
Do you know what it is? It's because I'm in a thing of I'll take anyone but Do you know what I mean? De Gea has been so bad. He wouldn't do what De Gea is doing now.
It's not that for me. It's not that for me because again, I'm not only with the Argentina stuff at the World Cup, which I think was an example of him playing at a higher level, higher stage pressure moments and not buckling under that. But also recently, I've been watching quite a few Aston Villa games because I really like the style of football they play under Unai Emery. And he, you talk about playing out from the back, they do that, and he is good with that. He can do it.
How much would it cost?
I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to see how much longer he's got left in his contract. Aston Villa contract.
Would I be fuming if he came? I wouldn't be fuming. But
his contract expires in, they say 2027, so it's still quite a long time.
But Emi Martinez as well, though. He's a sort of guy. If Man United came knocking and said we want to be number one, he's off.
He's I'm not playing ever again.
Gone. No, he's just he's got he's done really well at Villa. Obviously, he's won the World Cup. But he'd just say, listen, I'm going Man United, mate. That's in his side. That's his chance to get back up there where he thinks he belongs.
He signed a contract extension at the beginning of last year. I think Villa would be like, mate, you're not going anywhere.
Big piece.
You're not.
50, 60 years, isn't it?
Yeah. That's where you get into David Raya territory if he's got a year left.
Then you may as well just go and get David Raya.
Yeah.
So probably a little bit wider the mark. But the more points that people make and you were making, actually, he probably wouldn't be the worst. He'd be better than De Gea. In this form of De Gea, of what this De Gea is, he'd be better. He would be better. So yeah. Right, guys, smash the like on the video. We'll be back live this afternoon with what will be like with the press conference.
Yes, it's a bit of a late one.
What time is it?
It's like 1:45, I think it is, something like that.
Oh, right. Okay. Interesting. We'll see if the ghost of Rafe the Phantom is back in the squad. We'll see. Maybe, what's his face? Garnacho pushing for a start as well.
I think we've got one more super chat, by the way. I don't know if you saw that from Ben.
No, go for it.
I can get up on the screen because it's starred.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Says he's been good for 6 weeks and 2 years equals Ballon d'Or. Recency bias because you've not been watching PSG. Also, Kane plus Bruno occupy the same space. Might not fit. Ben really not like.
Ben's not on it. Ben's not on the messy thing. Sometimes as well, Ben. Though sometimes you got to just crown the GOAT. Like sometimes you get a default Ballon d'Or when you've done something like you've gone and won the World Cup in that fashion with that team. When you've not won the World Cup before, you've won the Copa America with that team. Like sometimes you just got.
Sometimes it's an accumulation, isn't it? It's an accumulation of a career thing.
Exactly. Because actually, in irony, it's for the longevity of what you're saying he hasn't had in the recent weeks, in the last however many months or whatever. But actually, in this little period, in the last year or so, he's won the biggest thing you can win in football, mate. Do you know what I mean? And wasn't just a bit part player in that. He was messy in that doing it.
Yeah.
So but I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying about the space as well. But yes, press conference later on at the later time that Owen just said. So we'll be back with that. And then tomorrow's match day, road trip settings. Nervous settings, isn't it? That's just what it is. So we'll see you all again then soon. Peace. We're out of here.